There's nothing fluffy about parenting. Granted, it's humbling, it's a beautiful experience, it's without a shadow of a doubt my favorite job. I mean, my children are everything. It's definitely a blessing, but it's humbling and it's hard as shit. I'm sorry. My channel, as you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, I keep it pretty G-rated. This is probably going to be the realest video to date. So I thought it was time for us to have another real conversation, and this is actually something that's been on my mind, on my heart for so long. I've been wanting to tackle the topic, but as you know, my struggle is finding time. So I'm just gonna get right into it and make the bold statement and say, there's no such thing as a stay-at-home mom. What are you talking about? It's kind of a thing. There are stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads. There's not. Let me explain. As a stay-at-home mom, I don't stay at home. I don't just stay at home. Granted, I'm only speaking from my experience and the experience of those that I know, that I've spoken to, friends or family that have been in a similar situation to where they've been at home with their children. So I can only speak from my perspective and what I've been told. But first off, I have never called myself a stay-at-home mom because this is a temporary situation for me. So I don't relate with the phrase or the title of the expression, a stay-at-home mom, for that reason. Secondly, I've never related or agreed with the phrase because I don't just stay at home. And I think that's a stigma. I think that is a stereotype, and I think that that's what a lot of people assume. But I can assure you and reassure you that whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, even if you're a homemaker, you're not just staying at home. When I hear the term stay at home, I think of someone who literally just stays at home and doesn't really do much. And I know that's the way that I thought before I was in that position. Well, when I was younger, not immediately before becoming a parent, but when I was younger, whenever I would hear the term stay-at-home parent. And I know that a lot of other people still have that mentality. But based off of my experiences and some friends and family who have been in a similar situation, other moms that I've spoken to, there is no such thing as a stay-at-home parent. I feel like for us to assume that someone just stays at home and doesn't really do much, or they don't have as much to offer, that they're lazy, or that they don't have goals or ambition, I think that is a very, very dangerous assumption and stigma. So I just wanted to put this out there just to kind of put a face to being at home with your children. And like I said, I don't want to get into who has it rougher, whether you're a parent that is working outside of the home, you're a parent that's working in the home, or you're a parent that doesn't necessarily have an employer, because our children are our employers. They're our bosses. We answer to them and we are working for them. But I don't want to get into that. This is not the time or the space. I don't want this to be the platform for that. One, because I feel like it's parent bashing, and it's not at all conducive to the ultimate goal, which is being an awesome, phenomenal parent. Two, I've been in every specific situation, and I cannot tell you who has it harder. I've been blessed to stay at home with my children, take care of them. I've been blessed to have once worked from home while taking care of Genesis when she was smaller. And then I've also been in the position to where I've worked outside the home, and hopefully I'll be there again soon. But I don't know who has it more difficult. I just know whichever situation you're in, our ultimate goal is to be a parent. As of now, with me being at home with my children, I can honestly tell you it is not an easy job. It's tough. It's very difficult. We know, yeah, it is, but I love you. We know the pros, right? We know that the blessing is staying at home with your children, not having to pay someone else to watch your kids, not having to send them off to childcare, because that's scary, that's dangerous, or can be dangerous. We know the pros as far as watching your children grow and develop and being there for them. I absolutely get that. But let me tell you, it is not all, we're not running around having play dates. We're not going on play dates or running errands all the time. We're not sitting at home having tea parties. You know, my kids aren't just propped in front of a TV while I'm on the phone or watching soap operas or browsing social media. No, it's very difficult, especially with the age where my children are now. My daughter is 3, my son is 7 months. So they're kind of at the age where they can play together. I mean, she's still not really understanding that she can't necessarily roughhouse with him as much, and she has a lot of energy. So that's a blessing that we're finally getting to that stage where they can kind of play together, but it's still very difficult. Nap times are completely different. My daughter is napping now, but as you can see, my son is wide awake, full of energy. So when one goes down, I don't have an opportunity to rest. Mommy is still on duty. I'm on duty from 7 a.m. when my daughter wakes up, barges into my room and says, "Good morning, Mommy," sometimes earlier. I'm on duty from 7 a.m. until 8, 9 o'clock when my last child goes down, praying that they stay down. So it is a full-time, always on call, always on duty job, and it's very difficult. Things take 10 times as hard as they used to. I can't just get dressed, hop in my car, and go run an errand. Now I have to worry about packing a bag, making sure that he's nursed, making sure that she has eaten, she went potty, that she has snacks, that everyone is content. And then while we're out, it's a whole nother scenario as well. I mean, I could go on and on with with how adventurous being, not even just a stay-at-home parent, but being a parent of 2 is. It's a tough job. So imagine if you're a working parent, for example, the frustrations that you may experience when you're with your children, you know, maybe on the weekends or after work, before work, whenever you spend time with your children. Imagine dealing with that 24 hours. Imagine dealing with that every single day. And I know I said I wasn't going to get into this with a comparing game, but I can at least say that, let me turn my TV off. No, I said I wasn't going to get into comparing different positions or stages of parenting or different situations, but at least if you are working outside of your home, you have an escape. Whether it's driving to work, whether it's a 15-minute break, whether it's a lunch break, driving home, you have, hopefully, ideally, some type of time to yourself. I don't have that luxury. I don't have that leisure. And if I do, it's so sporadic, it's never planned. If they're both napping at the same time, for maybe, like, if there's an overlay of some sort, they never go down and wake up at the same time. So if they're both down, maybe for 5-10 minutes, and it's so sporadic, it's like, oh, I have a free minute, what do I do? You know, like it's never, I never have a consistent pattern, or I never have a set time to myself or to do something on my own. Going to the bathroom, I rarely get privacy. Taking a shower, what's that? Yeah, of course, okay. Of course I shower. But I mean, like, it takes planning. Things that I want to do for myself, by myself, it takes planning. Sometimes I have to just wait until it's the evening time, or have to wait until before they wake up, which is so rare because I'm so burnt out that come the evening time, I try my best to get in all the time to myself that I can. So come the morning, I don't really have the energy to wake up before them because I was up so late the night before. But it's a tough job, and I just feel like, I mean, no one has outright said to me or been disrespectful in terms of finding out that I'm home with my children, but I know that it's like an unspoken, I know it's a big stigma as far as people thinking, oh, well, you're at home, you have time to rest, or you're at home, you're not really doing much, or at least you get to do this, or well, you're with your kids all the time. So I just feel like I wanted to I wanted to vent, but I know that with me venting comes, with my frustrations and putting my frustrations out there, comes some type of camaraderie or support. You know, if I'm feeling this way, that someone else is feeling this way. And I also know that because I have spoken to other people, like I said, some of my family, some of my friends who've been in a similar situation. So we talk, and I know that the way that I'm feeling, I know it's going to be fleeting, but it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for... Hello? What did I do? What did I do? What did mommy do? I don't even remember what I was saying. Life. That's my life. It's German life. But it's not uncommon for someone to feel that, or I keep saying someone, a mother, a father, stay-at-home mom. I'm just going to leave it at that. I can't keep interchanging. That's going to be taking up so much time. But please keep in mind that when I say a stay-at-home mother, I am referring to a stay-at-home father, a stay-at-home parent as well. But it's not uncommon for a stay-at-home mother to feel like she's not valued as much. And not necessarily that someone is blatantly or intentionally devaluing her or making her feel less than. But I mean, our children are consuming our lives. You know, we spend so much time just taking care of them, and more than often putting them in front of ourselves, putting their needs before our own. Like I said, I get no time to myself. I would say 99.3% of my time is dedicated to my children. And that sounds so bad saying it out loud, because I mean, what do they teach you? If the plane is going down, if the plane is crashing, you have to put your mask on first. You have to take care of yourself first. So that's something that I know that I need to work on. That's definitely some homework that I'm giving myself, as far as more opportunities to step away, to get out, to escape, to do more things for myself, more self-care, more self-love, and to stop looking for validation from other people and just rely on myself and my strengths, and just to get back to myself. Like, I feel like I've lost myself so much in the grind of becoming a parent, and becoming a parent that is home with her children, that I'm not even the same girl that I used to be, you know. And that's what truly saddens me, because I've been working since I was 15 years old. And that just, it didn't completely stop once I became a parent, because like I said, I did go back to work at some point, and then once I had my son, I left work again. But I've been working since I was 15. I've been taking care of myself. I've been independent. I want to get back into that state to where I'm doing things on my own, you know, and I'm not dependent or codependent on somebody else. I want to be that example for my children. You know, I come from a single parent household. My mom was a single mom, or a single parent, and she busted her ass taking care of 4 kids. And I want my daughter to see, I want my son to see that mommy and daddy are both out there grinding, hustling, working hard for you, to take care of you. And you don't have to depend on somebody else to get things done or to be taken care of. But I think mostly I just wanted to put something out there to say, hey, there's no such thing as a stay-at-home mom. And I think it's a dangerous way of thinking to assume that someone that does stay home is just staying at home. And I know, even with me putting this out there, there's not going to be any epiphany. You know, some people are still going to feel the way that they feel, to where they feel like people that stay at home have it easy, and that they shouldn't be complaining because they're at home. They have opportunities to rest. They don't have to answer to an employer, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, I mean, I want you to just keep in mind that this is a job that is mentally, physically, emotionally taxing. And I am not saying that any other job isn't, but this is probably the hardest, not probably, this is without a doubt the hardest job that I've ever taken on in my life. People make it out to be so fluffy and airy and light and beautiful and majestic and magical. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're posting on social media. God bless you. See, we're in tune. I knew that was coming. But no matter how cute your child looks in your outfit of the day post, your child still has fits. No matter how many poems or beautiful song lyrics or beautiful I love you posts that I post, because I'm guilty as well. I post, you post, we all post. Kids are going to be kids and they're going to drive us crazy. So what did you drop down there? I feel like I am momming like a boss. I'm not even gonna lie. I know I am a phenomenal mother. That's not something that I'm doubting at all. But with me saying that, I know that I need to be phenomenal. That's my buzzword. I know that I need to be great to myself as well. So that's my explanation on that. There is no such thing as a stay-at-home mom, dad, parent, because we are busting our asses as well. We're taking care of home. We're doing laundry, we're cooking, we're cleaning, we're taking care of kids. We're being driven crazy to make sure that things behind the scenes are taken care of. So that is all that I wanted to get out there as far as give us more. I mean, we need credit. I wish that this was a paid job, aside from hugs and kisses and honor and respect and like people like, I couldn't do it, I give you props. Aside from that, like if this was a paying gig, I don't even know like what what number could be tagged to this, because we have so many different helmets. There's so many different hats that we wear, you know, like I'm a chauffeur, I'm a maid, I'm a nanny, I'm a chef. Dang. Yeah. We will be banking. But in any event, like I said, I have a tremendous amount of respect for people that stay at home. There I go again. I don't want to say stay at home, that are at home taking care of their family, doing things behind the scenes, because I know that you probably are not getting as much credit as you deserve. So if you are in this position, I just want to tell you, you rock, you're phenomenal. Keep doing what you're doing. I know you're busting your ass, because it is not easy at all. Okay, one last thing. You may or may not know that I have a blog, which I will link down below, but my goal is to start having a blog post kind of in addition to or to complement the videos that I upload. This specific topic, I know I'm gonna have a lot to say about it, and I don't want to have like a 30-minute video. I don't even know if those are allowed. But once it's available, I will link the complimentary blog post down below, because I have lots to say and I have more material like this coming very soon. So thank you guys. Don't forget to visit the blog. Hit the like button if you found this helpful, or hopefully you have. Oh, I forgot to say, if you know of any inspirational YouTube channels or YouTube videos that are relevant to this content, or that you think I could benefit from, that I would enjoy. When I say inspirational, it doesn't have to necessarily be based around religion, but just something uplifting. I mean, even if it's just someone who has an uplifting or bubbly spirit, tag them down below or leave their channel information down below, and I'd love to check it out. And I was serious about if you know somebody hiring too, because I'm gonna be looking for that. But don't forget to visit my blog page, like this video if you haven't already, and I hope you are a subscriber. If not, go ahead and click that button too, so you can keep up with us. And I hope you guys are treating yourself well, treating each other well. Thank you for coming by, and bye.